We're almost there.
Woo! Yeah, 4 and 4.
Yeah.
Not almost there.
It's called 4 and 4 because we spent 4 weeks at Camp Echo Lake, a Jewish summer camp in upstate New York, and 4 weeks on the road, traveling from Denver to San Francisco. The job description sounds like a movie trailer. 50 15-year-olds, 28 days, 5 states, 4 vans, and 1 unforgettable adventure. It was my second summer working at camp. The previous year, I was part of a group known as the Trekkies. We were the outdoor leaders, aka the dirty hippies who lived in tents in the woods. According to camp legend, Trekkies never showered and were all shark bite survivors. Little kids would come up to us demanding, "Show me your scar," without so much as a please or a thank you. "It's on my butt," I would reply. "It's always on the butt," they moaned. We didn't live with the kids like other counselors, so our role on camp was that of fun, eccentric aunts and uncles. We didn't have to discipline them or force them to clean up after their messes or comfort them when they got homesick. We didn't have to listen to hours and hours of Miley Cyrus on repeat. Four and 4, on the other hand, was 28 days without a single break, and the process of moving and motivating 50 15-year-olds all day, every day, was like herding cats. We stormed restaurants, we ruined family photos, blocked sidewalks and trails. We were constantly doing head counts to make sure that we hadn't misplaced a kid.
Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia. Macy's not here. Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana,
Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan,
Sprinkle.
Montana,
Nebraska.
Nevada,
Talking.
Nevada,
Hampshire's up here.
Jersey, New Mexico,
New York. North Carolina.
North Dakota, Ohio,
Oklahoma.
Oregon, Pennsylvania,
Rhode Island. South Carolina. South Dakota.
Texas,
Hunters,
Utah's up there,
Vermont.
Virginia, Washington,
West Virginia,
Wisconsin.
Wyoming.
Our trip leader, Cal, had been on the same trip for the 2 previous summers, and before the kids arrived, he told me that every counselor has a breaking point, a point at which they snap at the kids. I consider myself a pretty positive, easygoing person, and I told him that I doubted I would get there. He just laughed. "That's why it'll be so funny when you do," he said. I kept his words with me, wondering if I would get to that point, always aware whenever I was getting close. I made it through all of Colorado, even whitewater rafting with a sinus infection, and all the way through the desert, even when the kids forgot to bring their own water bottles on a hike in 100-degree heat. I made it through every group photo fiasco, every 30-minute pee break, even the Las Vegas Strip, all without losing it. I made it all the way to San Francisco. It was day 25, the tail end of a 5-hour drive. I was at the wheel, merging into oncoming traffic, and we didn't have a GPS. If I lost the van in front of me, we would never be able to rejoin the caravan. My co-pilot was another counselor named Erica, a sweet, directionally challenged woman who had lost her driving privilege because she had slammed a van to a halt in the middle of downtown Las Vegas traffic because she had seen an interesting butterfly. She was totally likable while simultaneously totally difficult to spend long periods of time with. One of those well-intentioned people who never seems to pick up the cue that you're not in the mood to talk.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming.
Actually, at that moment in San Francisco, she was not talking but singing, loud, in this wavering, nasally tone to some old Hannah Montana song from one of the kids' iPods. And the kids were complaining about the snack selection, and we'd been listening to Miley for hours, and I knew all the words to every song, and somehow that just made everything worse. I couldn't take it anymore. I pulled the kids' iPod out of the auxiliary cord mid-song. "Okay, I've had enough of that." "What did you do that for?" the girls cried. I offered no explanation, but handed Erica my phone. ordered her to play Rat-a-tat. Now. You call this music? Asked the girl whose iPod I had interrupted. I gripped the steering wheel with white knuckles, swerved into the next lane. This is a very stressful driving situation, you guys, Erica called back. Tara is doing her best to keep you safe, so we all need to listen to what she says and let her listen to her music for a while. Cool? Cool. She flashed me a thumbs up, and all of my unfounded anger drained away. It wasn't a huge blow-up, but I knew that that was the moment that Cal had been talking about, the breaking point. I took a deep breath, pressed down on the gas. The thing about life in summer camp, by the time that the rainy days of winter have set in, you forget all of the struggles and complaints. Waves of nostalgia well up in your throat every time you hear one of those stupid pop songs that once frayed the ends of your sanity. You hear them on the radio. You turn them up. You sing along.
Gigi walk, they do that, do that. Gigi walk, do that, do that. Gigi walk.